Thomas Wiseau is a 63-year-old European-American actor and filmmaker that was born in October 3, 1955 in Poznań, Poland. He wrote, produced, directed, and starred in one of his movies, The Room, which has been described by many critics as one of the worst movies ever made. Thomas has driven his life like a mystery to be solved. He never was clear with his background. In his early life, he lied and kept his life a secret. It seems that he didn't feel the need to talk about it in public. Most of the things he said were that he had lived in France a long time ago. Claimed that he grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and described having an entire family in Calumet. In 2016, Rick Hopper was the man to uncover Thomas's true background in his documentary Room Full of Spoons. After that, Thomas has confirmed that this conclusion is true in November 2017 while in an interview with Howard Stern. He claimed to speak fluent French and said he is a Catholic. Thomas had lived in Louisiana for some amount of time, but suddenly moved to San Francisco, California. He worked as a street vendor selling toys to tourists. The man legally changed his name when he became a US citizen to Thomas Pierre Wiseau, taking the French word for oiseau and making Wiseau, as they call it, Wiseau. But he had more than one job there. Thomas has worked in different jobs, from being a restaurant busboy and a hospital worker, and ran a business called Street Fashions USA that sold irregular blue jeans at discounted prices.
Be who you want to be in Levi's jeans from Street Fashions.
To be or not to be? Who do you want to be?
He then rented large retail spaces, making him independently wealthy. He claims to have been involved in a near-fatal car crash in California after another driver ran a red light and struck Wiseau's vehicle. As a result, Wiseau was hospitalized for several weeks. Sestero suggested that this incident was the turning point in Wiseau's life and led him to pursue his dreams of becoming an actor and director, ambitious that he had long neglected while pursuing financial security. Tommy Wiseau has stated that he has been influenced by the films The Guns of Navarone and Citizen Kane, and specifically the actors James Dean and Marlon Brando. Wiseau's obsession with James Dean was so intense that he often visited a Los Angeles restaurant owned by a former acquaintance of Dean. During his life, he produced the films The Room in 2003, the documentary Homeless in America 2004, The House That Drips Blood on Alex in 2010, Samurai Cop 2 Deadly Vengeance in 2015, even though there was never a part 1, Cold Moon in 2016, and 2 new movies in 2017, Best Friends and The Patio, a bad parody to a bad movie. But I have left out one of the special movies in 2017, called The Disaster Artist. It speaks of Thomas's life behind the scenes while the making of the movie The Room, as a comedy film on the hardships and happiness they went through. The original work of it comes from the book The Disaster Artist that was made by his friend that worked by his side, Greg Sestero, that was originally published in October 10, 2013. Tommy has been seen throughout the television, from films, commercials, web shows, and of course talk shows. He has been everywhere on platforms from Instagram to YouTube to Facebook, and has been joked on by the internet so many times that most people now know about him. He has built up a huge fan base and success by only being bad at his jobs. He was rather weirdly interesting for the viewers' eyes.
We both have this dream that we'll be famous.
Yeah, I guess we do.
You have a malevolent presence. You are a perfect villain.
So that is the life of Tommy Wiseau and his career. He has gone through strong hardship and had bad days and good days. He had lost a lot of money and made bad movies at first, but that never stopped him. He continued with his fails and learned to overcome it, and then he became successful with his hard work and with the help of his team. So never give up on your dreams, and if you fall 10,000 times, just continue going on.
Try to lose the accent.
The rules to the club are simple. And the quiet them forward with dog.